Tell me what you think about this. So, question, not a question, but statement and a question. So, I'm thinking back to this event I was invited to speak to in Denver, Colorado. It was a sexuality education conference that I was invited to speak at. And I said something to the audience that is coming back up for me because I think it's so profound. And those of you know that I am channeled spiritual information and insight, and I give it to those of you who it's meant for. And so what I told some of them was, some of you have such high libido. Some of you have such potent and powerful sensual and sexual energy that you could be channeling and activating some of that to solve some of the problems in our world, honey. Don't you know you can do that? And they laughed, but I was serious. I said, some of you can solve world hunger. We can create world peace if we channeled our sexual and sensual power and energy in more ways than just one, meaning other than just pouring it out on Tyrone, right? No offense to the Tyrones of the world, right? But anyway, so then I just started thinking about this movie that I saw called She-Ra, written by Spike Lee. And in this movie, the overall concept was that a group of women gathered together in their communities to discuss how they were going to stop all of the murders that were happening. It was a lot of gang-related things going on that took place in Chicago, but this isn't specific to Chicago. I'm talking about on a global scale right now. So anyway, the women got together. They said, well, how can we fix this? And what they decided to do was pull back their sexual energy from their men, from their partners. Men, don't get pissed off at me, okay? Listen. Just listen, all right? So they pulled back their sexual energy from their partners. And the reason that they did that was to say, we're not giving y'all any more until you stop killing each other, right? This idea that they came up with was so powerful that it crossed international lines, and it was a global effort. I mean, it wasn't just wives and girlfriends getting together, okay? It was sex workers getting together, baby. You know, Peaches and them. You remember what's her name? Sunshine and Harlem Nights, when you throw a pussy in the air and it turned into sunshine. I'm talking about even those, honey, were getting together and pulling back their sexual energy. None of the Janes were working, okay? Wasn't no Jane you could find on the street. All of the sex workers gathered together because what the wives and the girlfriends knew in the movie, they said, well, listen, we need the hoes to get together. No offense to the sex workers. I'm just saying, okay. They needed the sex workers to get together too and be a part of this, because if their husbands and wives weren't getting it from the girlfriends and the wives, they were going to go to the sex workers. They were going to pick up a Jane on the street, right? But even the Janes were in solidarity. It was the women coming together saying, we know what part of the power is, part of our power is, and it's between our legs. Do y'all know? Do y'all know? The men were pissed off, baby. But that stopped the murders. Crime rates went down. Child, families were sticking together. Okay, kids were excelling at school. The grades were better. Baby, world hunger was damn near solved, right? And of course, it was a whole nother theme going on, but I'm just talking about the overall ideology of the practice of channeling and activating our sensual and sexual energy and power in more ways than one. One of them being solving the issues that we see in our world. Ladies, fellas, I know some of y'all gonna be mad, but this isn't to you right now. This is to our women, to our ladies. Listen. We're giving away quite a bit. We're giving away so much that they don't even, it's not about them working for it or anything like that. It's just, it's too easy to go and get it from somewhere else. And to my ladies who are sex workers, I'm not knocking it. You know, you get it how you want to live it. That's on you. As long as you consciously consent to that, you are a mature, emotionally intelligent, mentally healthy adult, and you are choosing that, fine. But what I'm saying is, those who are in positions of power are the few, and they are making laws for the many, which is us, we the people. And they are mostly powerful men in positions of power who really don't give a damn about anybody, right? And they're feeling themselves. They're feeling themselves, and they've been getting away with their shit for a long time. They're smelling themselves, right? And the reason being is because they can get what they want. All they have to do is pay for it. All they got to do is pay for it. And I'm saying, we think that money talks, But there's something that talks much more powerfully, and that's our wombs. Now, if we really want to be mature about this, we should dive deeper and have some conversations about this. I'm telling you, ladies, watch the movie She-Ra, okay? If you haven't seen it, it's a Spike Lee joint, a lot of controversy around it, but think what you will about it. There is something to channeling our sensual and sexual power. There are people in positions of power who are getting it and they're feeling good about themselves. There are men, hell, there are women who don't even deserve good pussy. They don't deserve it. They're out here running amok, ladies. They are out here running amok and we're just giving it to them. They can go run amok and shoot them up and do all kinds of stupid shit and come back and we still give it to them. No, ladies, we need to really hone in on who deserves it and who doesn't. Whether you're married or you're in a situationship, you're in a whatever it is. I'm not putting any titles on nothing. All I'm saying is it's time. It's time that we mature up about the power that we have between our legs. Fellas, you too. You too. She-Ra, watch the movie. We want to solve world hunger. We want to solve some of the problems in the world. We want to take certain people out of positions of power who don't belong there and put ourselves there. This is how we do it. It's the power of the PUSSY.